welcome to this week's story on what we would like to see in The Sims 4. Be sure to stay tuned for future segments on this topic where we will talk about different things that Simmers in the community have expressed that they wanted to see in the game, and it'll be an opportunity for you guys to let us know as well some other things that you may want to see in the game in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you are excited about this new segment that we're doing, and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for the rest of this segment on what we would like to see in The Sims 4. Hey, hey guys, it's AlluringSimmer here, back with a new video. In this video, we are going to be doing my second video for this what I would like to see in The Sims 4 series. In this video, the main focus that I'm going to be talking about is celebrities and kind of just an expansion or game pack I would like to see with that kind of aspect. I would love it if it was an expansion pack because there's so much I feel like you could do with it, and it would add like a lot of gameplay, new careers, new trades. Like it would add so much to the game that would make it more interesting, because although like for some they felt that celebrities were a little bit lacking, and like I liked the celebrity system in Sims 3 to an extent, but I feel like there was a little bit of stuff that could have been improved to make it more realistic, if that makes sense. And I feel like if they did it in The Sims 4 as an expansion pack, that would just give them more room to add all these features that I'm going to mention. Not that they would add necessarily all these features that I'm saying, but if it would give them room to add a lot more features, because with stuff packs they can only add really items and maybe one or two like really functional gameplay items, because it's mostly focused on decor and like create a sim. And with game packs it adds a little bit more gameplay, but it's kind of in the middle. Like expansion packs usually add I mean, yeah, because some game packs don't add new worlds. For example, Spa Day. How many game packs do we have? Right now I can only think of Spa Day and Outdoor Retreat. Is there another one? There might be. Vampires. So Vampires came with a new world, Outdoor Retreat came with a new world, Spa Day did not come with a new world, but it came with new venues. So as I was saying, like with the game packs, it would only add like possibly one world, but they're usually smaller worlds, and then maybe a venue. But I feel like expansion packs we usually get like for sure worlds, more careers, more traits, like a lot more stuff. So that's why I would say this is more likely to be something for an expansion pack. So let me just get right into it. Right now we're in Create a Sim, as you can see, because I'm going to be like talking about the traits, aspirations, and Create a Sim items I would like to see if this pack was made, and then we're gonna go into a lot that I created to talk about like venues, careers, other stuff like that. So first of all, let's talk about traits. So right now in The Sims 4, how many traits do we have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. One second. So we have 42 traits, which is actually quite a lot to choose from, but I feel like some of them are kind of similar to each other, which makes them not, for example, like good and cheerful. I feel like those ones are similar, like they're not the exact same, but they're really similar. So I would love to see more traits in the game, because we've had a few new traits. I'm trying to think of which ones were new, but I probably couldn't tell you. I know for sure Dance Machine was new because it came with Get Together. Kleptomaniac was new. I think Unflirty was a new trait, and was any of these new traits? Jealous might have been a new trait. So an Insider. And Vegetarian. So we've gotten like a few new traits, but I feel like we should have a lot more, because it just adds a lot more to the gameplay when you have more options to give like traits to your Sims. So for example, with this expansion pack, I'd love to see, for one, the dramatic trait, So basically your Sims would just be like, I don't know how to explain their moods, but they probably be, because considering I want to have the actor slash actress career come in with this expansion pack if it were to exist, um, it would be cool if they added like an acting skill. So if that were to be implemented, then the dramatic trait would mean like your Sims would do better in that skill, and they would do better in the actor slash actress career, more likely to get promoted and stuff like that. I feel like that's how that one would work. And then I would have a star trait. It wouldn't necessarily have that name, but like someone who just has like star quality, so they'll be easier to move up the levels as a celebrity, but it won't be like you just talk to a celebrity and then all of a sudden you're a celebrity yourself. It would be more like you still have to work your way up, but it's just they go by it a little bit faster. And then angelic voice. So I don't, that name's kind of long, so it'd probably be something different. But basically, your Sims would just be quicker at doing the and singing career. Well, I'm gonna mention that later on. They'd be quicker at doing the singing skill, and I'll talk more about that later on because there'd also be another skill that would kind of go along with that. And then that's all for traits. So dramatic would probably go under like emotional, and then star quality would probably be lifestyle, and angelic voice would probably be hobby because like, or it would be hobby or lifestyle. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Now aspirations. So we do have quite a few aspirations. Like we have like 11. We have 11 slots for like the main themes for the aspirations, and then we have like a few aspirations under each one. Some of them only have one, some of them have more than one. But the aspirations that I would like to see, they'd probably go under a new one, maybe like entertainment, or it could even just be called like celebrity aspirations. So one would be superstar, and that's kind of similar to the star trait in terms of like how it would work. Like your Sims, it would just be kind of following steps to see like how well your Sim does in any of the careers that involve being a celebrity in terms of acting and singing. Um, and then we'd have fabulous fashionista, which would be another new career that they could add, and that would be the option of being a model or a fashion designer. And then savvy photographer. So we already have the photography skill in the game, and I just think it would be cool if they made it into a career in some way. It could even be like one of those careers where you just go to like you go off the screen and then you come back when work is done. And like basically in order to advance you would have to take photos of certain things or just take photos in general. Maybe you had to like use the photo studio a certain amount of times or like do different kinds of photos basically, and they could probably add more things in with it, um like maybe you have to have a certain amount of excellent quality photos, or like I don't know, just something like that, and then maybe add new cameras and also the ability to like have other Sims take photos of you, because I feel like it's kind of annoying sometimes when you had to add another sim in order to use the photo studio so that they can take a photo of your Sims, because sometimes you want both your Sims in it and you only have two Sims in the household, so like who's going to take the photo? I don't know if that's an option already. I don't think it is. I don't think you can call someone to take the photo. I think you have to add them to a lot. So yeah, that would be a nice career. And then maybe it could also add the opportunity for you to like hire photographers. For example, if you have a wedding, or what else could you have? A birthday party or something, you could hire a photographer. They would come and take photos for you, and you wouldn't have to like have your own Sims be taking the photos. And in terms of creative Sim, we would probably have well, what I would like to see is more long gowns. I mean, we have like a little bit that are formal enough for this, but I would like to see gowns that you could wear at like an award show, and I'll talk more about that later. Tuxedos and suits, like more for the men, and also I would also like to see more formal children's clothes because I feel like sometimes they don't like really get that many items. So like just like more like little suits or dress shirts for the boy Sims or even girl Sims, as well as just like more dresses, like formal dresses. And then also more hairs for both like child Sims and adult Sims, and like a lot of formal hairs. So like maybe some more braided buns or just like long flowing hair, just more of that. And heels and jewelry. We obviously have like quite a few jewelry items, but maybe like a little bit more understated items, like just like a simple ring or like a simple bracelet or a simple earring. Like it doesn't have to be necessary. I mean, I know we have a few, but I would love to see more, like maybe um like more studs that you could just have in here. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. We're done with this. um so we're gonna actually go out of Create a Sim and head into the lot that I created, and I'm just gonna randomize her name and her traits because it doesn't matter. And once we get to the lot, I will be back. Okay, so what I wanted was for the sim that I created to come visit this lot with us, but she didn't, and we have, because I accidentally clicked on the wrong family. And I don't really feel like changing it right now because honestly it doesn't matter. So we're just gonna grab Luna right here, and she's gonna be our little tour guide. So it took me a long time to do, like maybe I want to say like 2 days, but it was more like a couple hours over a couple days. And some of the items are missing. Well, that sucks. Or maybe they're not missing. They're just like, to be honest, I don't know where they are. Basically there's supposed to be some curtains right here, but again, like they look like they're there, but they're just not showing up right now, and it may be because I'm in laptop mode, but we're gonna ignore that. So what I wanted to talk about now was with this one thing with this expansion pack, I would love to see some new venues. So 3 of the new venues I like to see is a stadium slash concert arena. So I would love if your Sims were able to like do concerts. So for example, if they're in like either the singing. So here's how I set it up. I'm gonna talk about the careers first, and that will explain a lot more. So the careers I would love to see is photographer. So that one would be kind of similar to social media in terms of like there wouldn't be really a branch and probably the ability to work from home. So you would just like take photos like a freelance photographer, and then you work your way up to maybe you have to take photos of celebrities or something. And then there would be a fashion career, and that could either be part of this or this could be a separate pack, but I feel like it would fit in terms of how I would like it to be set up. So with the fashion career, you could either be a designer or a model, and then that kind of works in hand with the photographer career. For example, you would be the model, and then you would have a photographer come take photos of you. And then actor slash actress career, and then singer slash rapper career. Obviously, there's no rapping in The Sims 4, but I would love if they added something like that because that would be a nice feature. But if they didn't, it could just be a singing career and could either go into like composing songs similar to the musician career, except it would be more specific to just singing because musician is more for the instruments. So you could either be a composer like slash songwriter, or you could be a singer if they didn't add the rapping part. And then so that's how the stadium concert arena would work. So basically and singers and rappers, or singers and songwriters. Well, I guess songwriters wouldn't perform. Singers would perform at these concerts, and your Sims could go and attend. And it'd probably be like, it could be a room either similar to this venue that I'm going to show you, or it could be like a whole new venue, or it could even be like some sort of event that your Sims, kind of like the festival or something, where your Sims would just go. It could even be outdoor concerts, and there would be a Sim performing, and you just go and sit, or like the podiums where you can watch the speeches, something like that. So there would just be a Sim at the front, and your Sims could go and watch them perform. Anyway, and I feel like that could be easily implemented because they already have like the karaoke studio, so they would just be like, I don't know. I mean, you can probably already do it kind of, but I feel like it'd be better if it was like an actual event. And then another new venue would be fashion studios slash like runways. So your Sims could either go to some places to create clothes, and maybe a new sewing machine could also go along with that. So like, as in a new like build by item. And then runways would be like where your models could go to like show off the outfits that the fashion designers have created, as well as photographers could go there as well to take photos of the models. So it could kind of work for both careers in ways to like incorporate like different careers together. So yeah, that's all I really like to say about that. And one more venue I'd like to see is hotels. So of course we have apartments, and those are kind of similar, but I would love it if you're. And we also have like the outdoor retreat where your Sims can kind of like go on vacation. So basically, I would love if they added these hotels. So like for example, if you have a celebrity sim, you could have them go and stay at a hotel for a couple of days, perform, and then go back to wherever they live. Obviously, because it's not like open world, it's not like they would actually be going on a vacation somewhere and then coming back. It would just be going to like either another world or like another neighborhood or something. But just the idea of having hotels would be nice. Again, that could be a whole new like game pack or something. Um, Adding hotels with other things as well. But I just thought I'd add that in as an idea. And then in terms of objects, I'd love to see awards, like new awards, runways, red carpets, tripods, stage decorations, new curtains, more microphones, sewing machines, new cameras, and a new instrument, which would be the drums. And with that, I have more to talk about in terms of bands. So of course your Sims right now, like we can sing, they can play the bass, they can play violin, guitar, and what else can they play? Piano slash keyboard. But I think if they bring back bands, it would be nice for your Sims to be able to like create just create bands and like be able to play instruments together or sing, or because I believe in The Sims 3 you couldn't have a singer in your band. It was just you had four instruments and it was like the bass. It was the bass. Do we have the bass in The Sims 4? I'm not sure now that I think about it. If we don't, then that's another instrument I love to see, but if we do, then ignore that. So the bass, piano, drums, and what was the other one? Guitar. Those were the instruments that you could play in the Sims 3 in a band. But I feel like in The Sims 4, it would be great if they had the option you could play drums, piano, guitar, maybe even add in like bass, but that's not really necessary because you could just play like a bass guitar and an acoustic guitar, and then have the option of having like a singer, or you could have another instrument like what's the other instrument? I mean, I think I already mentioned the four instruments. So you could either have the option of having all four instruments, or you could have a singer and then three of the other instruments. So you would only be able to have up to four people in the band, but you can choose what kind of instruments and like what kind of thing they're going to be doing in the group. And I feel like this would work well with the get together system because you could like create a club for your band, or it would just be like a new feature that kind of works the same way where you would have your band and they would meet at a certain place. You could have a meeting place for your band, and then you would also be able to like meet anywhere. And you could even like have a little club hangout sort of thing, I guess. It wouldn't really be a club hangout, but just a place where your Sims could hang out to practice. And I feel like this would be good for teens too, because I feel like teens don't have a lot of things that are just for teens. And it wouldn't have to be just for teens, but I'm just saying it would be another thing that would differentiate them, because you could have like a little garage band. Obviously, we don't have cars or garages technically, but it would just be like a cool thing to have, especially for people who like to do storytelling. And let's see, I only have a few more things that I want to talk about. So I talked about objects, aspirations, create a sim, traits, venues, and careers. So I'm going to talk about the events, interactions, animations, and then skills, moodlets, and the star system. So before I do that, we're just going to have like a quick tour of the lot. So up here, hold on, I'm just going to go like this. Up here, I created like this little, it would be kind of like the after party area. So like your Sims could go up here and hang out after like the award show. And then I was thinking it would be nice to incorporate this into one lot. So here's the upstairs of the award show lot that I created. So over here is just the bathrooms, like you don't really need to see that. And then over here would be like the VIP kind of area, you know, when you usually have people up here, like in, what are they called? I don't know what they're called right now. They're just the box seats or something. Yeah. And they would be able to have like special seating. So that's kind of what that is. And basically you could just have your Sims sit up there if they wanted to, but then there's also seats down here right next to the award show. To be honest, I don't understand why you would want to be up there rather than down here, because I feel like you have a better view if you're like right in front of the stage. But moving on. So here is the lot. I also created like little dressing rooms. So right over here, hold on, let's see if I can show it. So yeah, right over here we have like the female dressing room. Is it a female? I guess it doesn't really matter. We just have two dressing rooms right here. So there's one on this side and then one on this side. And I put a bunch of the vanity tables, and I also put those little banquet tables that came with the luxury party stuff pack, because I thought that they fit well. And then the vanity tables are from the vintage glamour stuff pack. So there's a lot of different packs incorporated into this lot. So I'm sorry about that. If you do want to download it, it is on the gallery. It has been for like a little bit. So yeah, if you want to download it, you can, but there is quite a few packs that I use. I don't think there's any custom content whatsoever, as far as I know. There may be a few little lights that are custom content, but those will just, like, you can just replace it with other lights, and they were kind of just the decoration lights right over here. Let me show you. Like right here, and I think the red carpet is custom content, but again, you can just replace it with a base game red carpet. So yeah, that's it for the tour. And the reason why I showed this is because I feel like this would be good to use for an award show venue, which I forgot to mention, and that kind of goes along with the event that I like to add. So the event would be an award show with a red carpet, and it would last. So you would have the after 1 hour red carpet. Okay, so basically it would be around like 4 to 5 sim hours for this event, which seems really long, but it's kind of similar to the length of festivals. And basically, after the first hour, so for the first hour, your Sims could like walk around the red carpet, get their photos taken by like paparazzi, mingle with other, you know, celebrities, or they could just go inside and sit if they wanted to. But after an hour, like all the photographers would leave, and your Sims would have to either go inside and like go sit and watch the award show, or they would just, you know, like they wouldn't be able to do anything else inside, so they would kind of be forced to go inside and watch the red carpet. Like it would just trigger an event where everyone will go inside. And then, so basically how the award shows would work, you'd have the red carpet, 2 or 3 performances, and then an award ceremony. So I was thinking, obviously in real life award shows, there's usually like you have the red carpet, then you have awards, and then you have performance, and you have awards, and you have performance. But I feel like for the purpose of The Sims, because I feel like that would be really complicated to have them like going back and forth each time, I think it would be better if they just had the red carpet, 3, like it could even just be 2 performances. So like maybe a singer would go up and perform like a song, and then you would have an act, well, I guess an actor couldn't perform. So like a singer and then a rapper or a dancer or a dance group will go up and perform, and it would be like set up before the actual event happened. Like these Sims would just automatically come and perform, and maybe it would also give the option for your Sims to perform, kind of like SimFest in The Sims 3. So like basically, if you had Sims 3 Showtime, like the Sims would just go up and perform, and then sometimes your Sims would perform. You can select certain things during the performance to tell them what to do. So basically, that's what would happen. And after the performance, there would be an award ceremony. So it would probably just be like a little notification on the side saying like, this person has won an award for best actress or best singer or best I don't know, best songwriter. And then if your Sim won an award, it would just appear in their like personal inventory or their household inventory, and then that would be it for the award show. After that, you could either have your Sims, like your Sims wouldn't automatically leave. They would still stay there, but the event would be over. So maybe after like an hour or so they would leave, but basically up here, as I created the after party, your Sims could like stay and hang out and just, party upstairs. But you could also just leave and go home because the event would be over. And then another event I would like to create, I'm saying I would like to create, like I'm actually going to do this, is the meet and greet. So this would last a lot. This would last a lot less time. It would probably be 2 to 3 sim hours, and Sims would be able to like take photos with their fans at the photo studio. So if your Sim is a celebrity, then it could take photos with the fans. And if your Sim is a fan of a celebrity, then you could attend the meet and greets and go and like take photos with your favorite celebrities in the game. And then so your Sims will be able to get autographs, take photos, and then there would be like a merchandise booth, kind of similar to the booths at the festivals, where you could buy t-shirts, hoodies, CDs, albums, and hats. And they wouldn't have like specific faces or anything on it. It would just have like logos, so that you're like to. It would just be like random logos, so it kind of looks like merchandise, but it wouldn't be specific to any Sim. So that way it would work for anyone playing. And in terms of skills, the only new skill I would like to see is maybe like an acting skill, or let's see. If they were to add rapping, then that could be a whole separate skill. It wouldn't need to be part of singing, but they could just infuse it into singing if they were to do that. And then maybe a fashion designing skill slash maybe not a modeling skill. I don't know if you really. I mean, you could add a skill for that, but I feel like fashion designer would be better. And in terms of fashion designer with a career, it'd be cool if like your Sims could like design clothing items. I don't really know how that would work. Maybe you would have like um a preset amount of items that you could use. Like for example, you would have like a basic shirt that comes in a bunch of different colors, and then you could put a logo on it or something like that. So yeah, that's all I'd say about that. And then in terms of moodlets, just a few that I like to see is meta celebrity slash meta fan. So I'm sure you guys can already get what that is. Signed autograph, poster, t-shirt, like so if your Sim gets their autograph signed or gets their favorite celeb's autograph, or if they get like their poster signed, then they would get a little moodlet saying that happened and probably give them like happy mood. And then celebrity sighting, and then rejected by celebrities. So rejected by celebrity would basically be if you go to like talk to the celeb and they don't really want to talk to you, or they just ignore you. And yeah, that's all about that. And we're just gonna end it off with this, the star system. And after I'm done talking about that, that's pretty much it. This one's a little bit more. This one's a little bit less intense. I'm probably gonna try and like incorporate some pictures over like on the screen so that you guys can kind of see some of the ideas that I have. But it probably will just be mostly me talking. Um, so in terms of the star system, I don't know if I started mentioning it before, but level 1 would be, so there would be 5 levels. Level 1 would be like you're an E-list celebrity. So a few Sims would ask you for photos and you would be asked to attend festivals. So it would either be, if you have City Living, you'd be able to attend the festivals at City Living and perform, or they could create a new festival that came specifically with this pack, and it would be like, it could either, they could probably add it to some sort of lot that already exists. Maybe you can have it on a generic lot and you just need a certain amount of items, and then your Sims will come and perform, and it would be a music festival. That's about it. And then level 2 would be more Sims would ask you for photographs and autographs, and you'll be asked to attend festivals and parties. So let's say a Sim is having a birthday party, or they're having some sort of house party or dinner party. Like, I know you don't really normally get invited to parties unless they're birthday parties, but your Sims will get invited to like any old party and be able to perform for Sims. But they would have to be in one of these careers for that to work. And then level 3 would be Sims will ask for photographs and autographs, and they will be asked to attend parties and occasional invitations to award shows. So that's when, like, once you reach level 3, then you kind of have the option to like attend award shows, but it just won't happen as often as when you're like a higher level. And you would also get discounted drinks at like nightclubs and lounges. And then level 4, paparazzi would follow you, but not as often as level 5. And then fans would take pictures with you, ask for your autograph, and you would get discounted food and drinks, and you'd be able to attend award shows like whenever there's an award show, you'd be invited. With level 3, it would be you would get invited once in a while, but level 4 you're able to attend whenever it happens. Now level 5 is Sims will get notifications that you're in the neighborhood. So basically, if you are just like a regular sim and you're not a celebrity, if a celebrity came into your neighborhood, you would get a notification saying that they're there. Kind of like, I don't know, I guess kind of like social media where sometimes they'll like talk about celebrity sightings and stuff. And then if you are a celebrity, other sims will get notified, so you'll probably get more sims like flocking to you. You would get fans would be able to take pictures and ask for autographs from you. You'll have security. That would be probably something similar to like a maid or a gardener. Like it would be an NPC, and like you could hire security and they would stand in front of your house, like fans couldn't come in. And I feel like that could work kind of like vampires, how they sneak into your house, except fans would probably like try and sneak into your house and just like, I don't know, steal stuff or something because you're a celebrity, and you could hire security if you wanted to prevent them from happening. So kind of add like burglars in a way if they don't already have it by if they ever do create this pack. And then you'll get new clothing in Create Sim that will be like unlocked only for your level. And then you also get like new objects that are specific, kind of just like in careers where you get new objects once you reach certain levels. It would be for this level of celebrity. And then you'd get the ability to attend award shows. Like you're always being invited to award shows. You'll be invited to festivals and parties. Like all the things that previous levels you're invited to, you have that and more. You will get free food and drinks at bars, restaurants, and lounges. So you won't have to pay it all, unlike level 4 where it's just discounted. And that's about it. One more thing is, so in terms of how to gain that first star, you would have to be level 5 in your career. So you would have to be either a singer, an actor slash actress, a photographer slash model, or or a fashion designer. Like any of those careers, you would be able to be in the celebrity system. Doctor, like scientist, like you wouldn't be able to because it just doesn't really make sense. Like of course there are doctors that are probably really like well known, or there are scientists that are really well known, but that it just wouldn't work with the celebrity system for how I have it set up. Like if they wanted to, they could add that, but I just feel like it would make more sense with like people who we generally consider celebrities being celebrities. And then you will get your first star as celebrities once you reach level like of celebrity status once you reach level 5, and then you would keep on gaining, and you would keep on gaining until you reach like level 10. So you could be like a level 5 celebrity before you reach level 10 in your career, but you can't start gaining stars until you reach level 5. And then for everyday sims to become celebrities, so if you're not in any of these careers and you want to become a celebrity, they would either have to have a way to like cheat in game possibly, or you could join one of the careers, and then you can become a celebrity once you reach level 5. You can be related to a celebrity, and then you'll be able to earn celebrity status through them. And you can also marry a celebrity. So if you get married to a celebrity, if you're related to one, and if you cheat in games / join the career. And in terms of like being related, it could also be like a friendly relationship, but you'd have to be like best friends with a celebrity. Like you couldn't just be like acquaintances and then you're a celebrity. If you're best friends with a celebrity, then of course you can like have some sort of celebrity status. And then that's all I really have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you want to see more videos like this. As I said before, this lot is available on the gallery if you do want to download it. I hope that you guys do because I worked really hard on it. And that's all I really have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!